Hey everybody, my name is ChristopherOdd. Welcome to my full walkthrough of the game called The Bridge. The reason I'm going to do a walkthrough for this game is simply this. When people are playing a puzzle game, I don't want the frustration with a certain puzzle to ruin the whole experience. I know so many people start these great games and they get stuck at one spot and then it just falls apart from there and they never come back to it, they never finish it. So if you're stuck, I want you to be able to find your way out. So I'll probably record all of these as full chapters. I think each chapter has 5 to 6 different puzzles, and upload that as a big chunk. And then in the video description and in a comment and maybe annotations, I will put links to different parts of the video to the specific puzzle within that chapter. So I hope that's clear, and I hope that makes things easier for you if you're just trying to find a specific puzzle that you're stuck on. So without further ado, here we go. Chapter 1, Part 1 is the Loft. And this is pretty simple. I don't imagine a lot of people are going to be stuck here, but I'll show you what you need to do anyways. So it's all about rotating your map. And what you need to do is rotate it until you fall all the way onto this section right here. Then you need to fall through the hole in the middle, walk to the end, and as you can see, it's kind of a weird perspective thing, but you just want to keep rotating. I'm holding the left bumper now, and then you walk out the door. And that's it. So, Chapter 2, Part 2 is called The Library. This is where they introduce keys. So, what happens with the keys is you don't actually have to carry the key to the door like in some games. You just have to actually touch the key and it opens the door. Now you'll notice here, in the middle of the screen, you've got something that says slide. So what you need to do is rotate the map until that slides all the way down to the other side. But you also want the key to come and fall to your character. So if you rotate it by holding the right bumper, this is going to slide down, and it's going to block that key. Whoop. That'll work. I kind of did that a weird way, but all you need to do was, you can either bring the key all the way down to your side first, or you can just do it as I did there, with some tricky mechanics. So, Chapter 1, Episode 3 is the Menace. This is the introduction of this crazy ball called the Menace. And if you touch the ball, you die. So, stay away from the ball, right? It's not always that easy. So what you need to do is you need to maneuver your way around this area without hitting that ball. Now, if I just hold the right bumper, all you need to do is rotate until that ball falls into that bottom area, like this. And all I've done is basically hold the right bumper the whole time. So pretty simplistic. You can just walk off, and then you can walk through the door. Chapter 1, Part 4 is the Courtyard. It gives us a nice overview of the level when we start. We've got the key, we've got the Menace, and we've got the door. I love how that draws us in there. That's really cool. Now, what we need to do is we need to be able to swing the ball left and right, and it's got momentum. So you need to be able to swing it and get under it to get to the key. So first things first, you need to know that there's no damage from falling from great heights, which is pretty fantastic, actually. So I can feel safe just walking off here. There we go. Now if we swing this thing all the way, just to get as much momentum as we can. We're gonna swing that up there. I'm gonna fall and I'm gonna touch the key. And then when we go back, we're gonna do the same thing to get the ball out of the way so we can fall all the way down. And then you rotate until you can fall up to the door right there, and then you're safe. So it's a little bit tricky at first, but pretty easy once you see it. This is chapter 1, part 5, the spiral. This one confused me when I first attempted it. So I imagine that if anybody's stuck right now in this first chapter area, this is gonna be the puzzle you're stuck on. So here's the key. No pun intended. The trick to this one is that you actually don't need to pay attention to your character at all. All you need to do is focus on the keys. So we're gonna actually focus on the right-hand side key first. And it's a little bit of a perspective trick, but you'll see the middle platform that's rising from the bottom left to the top right. What you need to actually do is get that key on there. So just hold the right trigger until it rotates all the way around. Keep watching that key, it's now at the top. Keep watching it. And you'll notice right here, you would think that it's just gonna fall back to where it came from, to the path that it was on before. But because of the little perspective shifts that it gives us, you can see that that piece is actually in front. So it's gonna now slide down all the way to the bottom. See that? Now, I could go and grab it and then start over, but the next thing we need to do is we need to focus on the other key. So holding the left bumper, I'm gonna rotate all the way around till it follows the path. And I'm gonna keep going, and it's gonna look like it's gonna fly out of the screen. Now you'll notice I just hit the key accidentally, but I don't need to pay attention to that, guys, so that's just a bonus. Now you gotta be careful here. You want the key to go, but if it goes too fast, it'll fly off the screen. So once it starts to get to about this point, you just wanna kinda rock back and forth until it goes all the way around. There you go. And then you just do the exact same thing you did before. Hold the right bumper until it catches onto that ledge. It'll slide all the way down. We'll go grab it, open the door, voila, done. So when I first played this was one of the puzzles that really caught my attention. I was like, okay, this is gonna be a little more difficult than I anticipated. Once we hit the key, open the door, success. So this is chapter 1, part 6. It's called the Nook. Now this one's a little tricky as well. We've got the Menace up there. We want to stay away from him. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually rotate until we can get him into that top slot there. I'm just holding the left bumper. And once we get a little bit of slant there, he'll fall into the top. We can come down now. And now if I rotate, you're going to see that that ball is going to go right over top of me because I'm providing enough of a shift. And then what I can do is once I level this out, I can walk over and start tilting with the right bumper, and that'll provide me the momentum I need to go over to the door. There we go. So that's chapter 1. I hope that this helped you guys. If it did, consider subscribing. Please like or rate the video however you found it, and hopefully you guys aren't stuck. Hopefully I helped some of you. And if you are playing this game, let me know in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts on it. I absolutely adore this game. I think it's freaking fantastic. So, with that, thank you guys very much. I'll show you the head statue here just before we go. Since I finally found someone who shares my passion for esoteric mathematics, we've agreed to begin work on some of my ideas. With his help, my dreams could be realized. Thanks everybody for watching. Talk to you next time.